we're going to continue on with another one of my dear friends. When you talk about someone that, when you're in her presence, you almost melt because she's so warm, she's so genuine, she's so intentional with her words, with her actions. It's not a wonder that she's been the host for the Women of Power Summit for Black Enterprise. She's the chief brand officer. I wanted to get that part right because I just call her cuz. And she has done so much in media representing Black women. She has done so much as a mother of two amazing and beautiful children. She has done so much as an author. But what I love about her is her consistency and her faith, and the fact that she's a real friend. She'll be in an audience of 2,000 people and everybody think that they Caroline's friend, because that's how she makes you feel, because she is genuine with how she shows up in the world. And for me to honor my girl publicly, I tell her how much I love her privately all the time, but it's such an honor to present our next honoree to you, none other than the beautiful Caroline Clarke.
Oh, Stacey, you're gonna make me cry. I just cannot thank you enough for this. It is always so humbling and so gratifying when people recognize that you're trying to get something done in the world. We're all out there every single day doing everything we can to honor our missions and our callings. And, you know, to have other people just step up and say, I really do see you and appreciate what you've done, when you admire that person so much. And Stacey, you know that every single thing you said about me, I can multiply to the nth degree and say directly back to you, you are extraordinary. And I think this Faithpreneur Conference and everything you do is so meaningful and so critically meaningful, particularly at the time we find ourselves in now. So I'm just extraordinarily honored to be honored by you. And so I give honor back to you for that. And it's like all the icing on the cake to be honored alongside these women who, many of whose stories we've covered in Black Enterprise, all of whose stories I have been riveted reading. And I'm honored to be included in this slate. Cheryl McKissick, you know, McKissick and McKissick, hearing you tell that story. McKissick and McKissick is a BE100s company. We've told that story throughout our years in business, 50 this year. And that legacy is extraordinary. I think we are living in a time where legacy building is what we are all being called to do. We live in a continuum that is full of so much challenge and strife, and all of that has been being brought to bear lately. During COVID, as many of you know, we lost our founder and my father-in-law, Earl Graves. You never expect to lose anyone in a moment where you can't even celebrate them. You know, it's so unprecedented, and we've all suffered losses during this time. We've all done caregiving, Stacey, with your mother during this time. And, you know, all been trying to sustain businesses and trying to sustain optimism, trying to keep action going even when we're utterly exhausted and losing faith. But I think it's a time where, you know, whether you're dealing with your business, caregiving, your health, personal lives, the pandemic of racism, not at all new to us, but being brought front and center now. I think the prayer that I lean into every single day, depends how many times a day, it could be double digits, it could be quadruple, is the serenity prayer, right? Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I think that faith is something that we can always control. We may not feel like it. I know we all have struggles with our faith and crises of faith, but you know, faith is a well you can always drink from. It's always there. And if you really suspend everything else and humble yourself and lean into it, even in the worst possible times, it will get you where you need to be. We all know that. We've all done that. And I think having a conference, the Faithpreneur Conference, at this moment, when we are all being called to do more, to dig deeper, to expand our reach to so many who need, this conference is just more important than ever. And I'm so thrilled that you have drawn me into the fold and made me a part of it, and all of us a part of it together, because I'm so inspired by the women who you're also honoring. And I just thank you. I thank all of you for the extraordinary work that you're done, that you're being called to do, and that I know you will be doing. And I'm just excited to be in there working with you. And Stacey, thank you for absolutely everything. I'm so looking forward to the Faithpreneur Conference.
Thank you so much. And you know, I love you more than words can say. And just continue to share our stories, continue to highlight what Black enterprise represents for our community, where we can get the truth about us, where we can see what we're doing. And you know, our Women of Power Summit, we're praying that we'll be back together, because Lord knows we're gonna miss each other.
I'm telling you.
In the same place at the same time, just celebrating Black excellence. So I love you, sis. Thank you so much.